everybody, Felicia Day here, and this is the first Felicia Faves for 2026. Yay! Happy New Year! Is it? Anyway, I'm excited to talk about 3 of the things that I really enjoyed over the holidays. I did travel to Hawaii just after the new year for my daughter's birthday. Other than that, I was in my house just planting it. And boy, did I plant it. And a lot of calories, a lot of books, and a lot of video games. And those are the 3 categories I'm going to talk about right now. Hi! Number 1, if you follow my Felicia Day Streams account, you will know that I've been playing a game called Town to City, which I highly recommend. If you ever played SimCity back in the day, or just like settling in and playing a little cozy game, this is the perfect one. It's not granular like SimCity. You don't have to run power lines or worry about like laying the groundwork for future public transport. Annoying. All you have to worry about in this little town is building people's houses and making them happy. And believe me, these people are bitchy.
I hate that when people aren't happy. This is pissing me off. Why? Okay, I've got to decorate. I've got to pause and decorate. Ah! God damn it!
Especially the artisans and the fancy people. It's kind of like real life. Once you introduce an upper class of people into your town, you have to cater to their needs and use the lower people to hold up the facilities that the upper crust people really want. Good thing you can't just lower taxes just for that bracket, or it'd be really way too much like real life. Anywho, the game is so adorable. It has this like really kind of hybrid-esque Minecraft slash, I don't know how to describe it, very pixel cute style that's 3D. It's just really, really lovely. You can also use Twitch integration to name all the people in the town after your audience, and believe me, my audience, they're complaining and they're annoying, and I have to make them happy a lot by just mostly slapping flowers on the side of their house. Anywho, if you want a chill game that'll just make you, I don't know, just kind of see some sanity in the world and control every single aspect of virtual life, this is the game for you. Check it out on Steam. Number 2 is baking. The minute the holidays start, I become a gluten maniac, y'all. I know I shouldn't eat gluten, doesn't make me feel good, I have a sensitivity, but listen, I'm like a Keebler elf. I get in there and I bake and I bake and I bake, and I went through, I think, like 5 pounds of butter. Right here. It's all right here right now. I should work out. Nah, forget it. Milk Street Magazine. I have a subscription to a magazine, yes. I don't even read it on the toilet because reading cooking magazines while you're pooping, that's weird to me. That's in and out. I don't know. Anyway, in the November-December magazine, they had a recipe for madeleines. Now, I've never been super impressed with madeleines, but they're good. If I see them at the bakery, it's not my number 1 choice. Y'all, if you're in your kitchen, you're gonna number 1 choice this thing. It is so delicious to have a hot madeleine in your mouth. And I'm not talking about a woman named Madeline. It's so stupid. And they're so easy to make. You can make the batter and put it in your fridge. You have to refrigerate it for about 4 hours. Might as well refrigerate it overnight. So then the next day you're like, let's have fresh cookies or madeleine cake hybrid. And you just get it out, scoop it, put it in the oven, and the secret to a good madeleine, according to the text, which I actually read on the recipe, is the madeleine pan, which I got off of Amazon for like $15. This was a hit. I did it 3 times. People looked at me like I was a wizard, and they were hot. Highly recommend. I love Milk Street Magazine. If you're looking to get anybody in your life a present that they actually will read and enjoy and get lots of use for, at least 3 or 4 recipes a month or an issue, I love. Ooh, better mashed potatoes with a butter bath. Butter bath? Can I have a butter bath? I also read quite a bit over the holidays, like lots of books. I really tried to separate myself from my phone, led to me uninstalling Balatro on and off about 5 or 6 times. It's currently installed because I wanted it, but it'll be uninstalled probably tomorrow when I feel guilty. So some of the books I really, really enjoyed, I wanted to feature. This one is out this month and it's called City of Others. And it's by Jared Poon. Now, this and one of the other books that I'm going to talk about, I got for free in the mail. The publishers send me stuff. I probably talk about like 1 in 10 things, but this one right here was really good. I used to read a ton of urban fantasy and I kind of got burnt out on it. It was a lot of romance adjacent stuff. Shut up! Dresden Files, all of it's great, but then I just read too much of it, so I stopped for many, many years. This is probably the first time I've dipped my toe back in the genre in a while, and it felt so fresh and new, it made me want to dive in again. It's set in Singapore, and it's about sort of a government staff that takes care of supernatural creatures that live among us. It's really, really clever and interesting, and the supernatural creatures they talk about are centered in Southeast Asia, so it was a lot of mythology that I either knew a little bit about or didn't know about at all, and I got to look it up. The characters are really original and fun, and the author worked in bureaucracy. Shut up! Oh my god. Oh, it worked. Yeah, it certainly was different from the urban fantasy that I used to read about 10 years ago, but hey, every genre needs to go somewhere, and I certainly want to explore more urban fantasy inspired by this book. So yeah, check it out. Another book that I read that isn't quite out yet, it's out in March not with my book, Lost Daughter of Sparta, but you know, coincidentally same month, No Friend to This House by Natalie Haynes. Now, I am not impartial because Natalie Haynes gave me a blurb for The Lost Daughter of Sparta. She is one of my favorite novelists and authors and just personalities in the ancient world. She's written many books that are set in ancient Greece, and she's a scholar, a classic scholar herself. She has a podcast that she's done. Oh yeah, 1,000 Ships is one of my favorite ancient Greek reinterpretations, and this is her new book about Medea. Obviously an iconic character and one that I would be intimidated to tackle, but she does it with such originality and artistry and a sly sense of humor and rage, and I love it. What I loved the most was all the tangential characters that had their kind of voice heard in this book that are part of the Argonaut story, but were never really explored. If you like any Greek mythology, please definitely pre-order and get this book when it's out in March. I think with the Odyssey coming out next summer, a lot of these wonderful authors like Natalie Haynes and Madeline Miller and just all of them are going to be even more popular, and this is like the perfect timing to sort of capture that audience. Top book. Really recommend it. Okay, and the last book that I read, because you know, when I say top 3, it's gonna be like, you know, 9 or 10 things, is a book called The Myth Makers by John Hendricks, and it's a graphic novel about the relationship between C.S. Lewis and J.R.R. Tolkien. It is really beautiful, the illustrations are lovely, and it's about their friendship on and off, and about sort of spirituality. I think the author has sort of, is definitely a Christian and sort of brings out that in the story, but it is integral to the mindsets and the journeys of C.S. Lewis and J.R.R. Tolkien. He brought it to life in such a beautiful way. It made me want to go read Lord of the Rings again and Narnia, and in fact, over the break, I made my daughter, I didn't make her, I allowed her to watch the extended version of the Lord of the Rings movies. And she, even being 8 years old, sat through 3 4-hour movies. And the only time she got bored was during a couple of the battle sequences in the third one. I was so proud, and she's a huge Gandalf stan now, and I'm like so like mama proud of her. I really thought she'd have a crush on Legolas because I still have a crush on Legolas, but no, it's okay. She can like who she wants. Personally, I can't tell if I liked Aragorn or Legolas more. Yeah, it's gotta be Aragorn. Oh my God. Is Liv Tyler the most beautiful person you've ever seen or what? I saw her at a convention last year. Y'all, she doesn't look any different. She is gorgeous inside and out. I was kind of like, it's a real Elle. So that's it. You know, books, bakes, and video games. I don't know. It was a pretty good break. I hope all of you are experiencing a really good new year. And yeah, even though there's chaos in the world, it's just another year of more. And all we can do is really focus on what we can control in our lives, in ourselves, our family, our community, just working out from the stability that we create in ourselves. So I'm excited to just try to channel that feeling, or maybe just bake a lot more. Ah, those madeleines. Are they a cake or are they a cookie? Oh, and if you guys are in London, February 10th through 12th, I'm going to be there reading The Guild Musical at the MT Fest UK. There's going to be 4 performances, and I'm playing Codex again, and it's a whole different cast, a whole different version of the play. We're really hoping off of this that we'll get to do a production on its feet, but we'll see. In the meantime, I'll get back to writing the Guild reunion movie. Crowdfunding will be announced very soon, so please take a look. See you later. They're so good.